What's up, YouTube? It's your boy G Money, aka the Echelon Don. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't think it will ever be fixed. I don't think it's nothing that we're going to ever be able to fix as a people, as a community. I think we are so far gone as a community that it's not any way to not prepare, repair what has happened in our communities. Um, we have become violent when we used to be a community of looking out for each other and having each other's backs and, trying to keep each other's kids and families out of harm's way. Back in the days, families used to stick together, neighbors used to stick together and look out for each other. And now the community has become violent. Um, the kids have no respect for their elders, and nobody's disciplining them and putting them in their place. Um, it's bad, man. It's a real bad future. It seems ahead for kids that's going to be growing up, and it's just going to be a cycle that continues and continues because kids are having kids, and there's no discipline in the home. Um, Yesterday, I was on my way to pick up some milkshakes from a store, and on the way on the way there, I was at a red light, and a car pulled up on the left side of me, full of teenagers, boys, 18, 19 years old, and they playing their music, or whatever. And I looked over, checked the scene, and I'm checking around me, looking around me, see what's going on. And so all of a sudden, I hear somebody in the car say, "Hey yo, hey yo." So I looked over to the left, and it's a dude in the back seat. He uh he says, when I looks back there at him, he says, "You want to see something?" I said, "Nah, I'm good." He said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good." But as he was saying, "Do you want to see something?" He had put his hand across his waist. You know what I'm saying? So he put his hand across his waist as if he was about to grab for a gun and and pull a gun out. But he kept his hand across his waist, and he asked me again, "Am I sure?" Now, but while he was doing that, he didn't realize that I had my hand inside my bag, my over the shoulder bag. Because he's on the left side of me, and my bag is sitting directly straight down my chest, so you can't see my right hand, and my right hand is inside my bag. As you know, when he went across his waist, I slid my hand up and put inside my bag, and so he don't realize that I got my hand on my shit already, and he's asking me, "Do I want to see something?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." He like, "You sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." And as I said, I'm good the second time, I noticed the light had turned green, and then I was able to pull off, and they didn't follow me or anything like that. But that right there, that situation right there, um, that situation right there could have either ended my life or ended everybody in that car life. And for what? For what reason? Like, for what reason? Nothing at all. I didn't look at nobody funny. I didn't say nothing to nobody. It's just people just are out looking for negative shit to do, to get into, violence, trying to prove something to a car full of other people that you tough. You know, and I could have ended up shooting everybody in that car because I wasn't just gonna shoot him. You know, if it would have started going down, because I don't know who else in that car is carrying. You know, y'all pulled up on the side of me and got aggressive, and now everybody is involved now, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Now that puts me in a situation where I'd have been and shot all these teenage kids. You know what I'm saying? So we are our worst enemy right now, man. We done put the Ku Klux Klan in retirement. We they sitting back with their feet kicked up, like, hey, let them, hey, they doing our job, great. You know, we out here killing each other at record numbers every day, every holiday, every like, you know, it's sickening, man. And it's like, damn, it get to a point where you really be like, what is it going to ever end? And I don't believe it will, man, because no matter no matter all the marching you do, all of the community, you know, the street, you know, streets get together and they have these little stop the violence, stop the killing, stop the shooting, little meetings and programs. That shit's not stopping and slowing down anything. These kids out here massacring each other, and they don't have no respect for their elders. You know, they pulling up on the side of grown people and threatening them for no reason. You know, so it's like, when I'm asked why did I decide to carry, why did I decide to go get my firearm, why did I decide to become a concealed carrier? It wasn't because I feared the Ku Klux Klan. It wasn't because I feared, you know, somebody coming up in the grocery store and you know, just doing an attack on black people. You know, and those things are happening. Those things are happening, and that should have been the reason why I was getting my concealed license. It should have been to protect myself against, you know, racists or, you know, people that just want to be terrorists or something like that. But my main reason for getting my concealed license was to protect myself against people that look like myself. And that's a damn shame that you got to say that, but we got to keep it real. Majority of all of us that's carrying legally, and I'm speaking for black people right now. Majority of all of us that's carrying legally went and got our licenses and everything like that to protect ourselves. Majority from people that look like us. Yes, there are other races that are out there. There are other races of people that are out there to do harm by us. So I'm not saying that like black people are the only people out here doing damage and doing crazy shit. But we all know that, you know, what's going on in our neighborhoods and how crazy it is. And when you walking, if you walking around at night, or if you driving at night, or if anything like that, who is the person you more worried about when you gotta go into a store or something at night, or whatever the case may be? We all know the answer to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's sad that it got to be that way, and it's sad that I even got to speak on it like that. But I'm telling the truth. You know, I'm telling the honest to God truth. You know, white people will see you and speak to you. A black person will see you and screw their face up, and you ain't did nothing to them. Y'all never even met each other. They just instantly go into uh like it's a problem between the two of y'all for no reason. We never had an issue. We never even spoke to each other, but you done screwed your face up at me like I slapped your mom. Like, it's crazy why we have so much violence and disdain towards each other, man. It's I know it's tough out here. I know it's rough, you know, with the situation living in bad neighborhoods, or if you come up in the projects and stuff like that, you know, and So, a lot of people taking out their frustrations that, they ain't getting love at home or whatever, and they come out and just become violent. But, man, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. We really do have to do better. And yes, we are stacked up against a lot of shit. That's a lot of shit against us, man. They put a lot of shit against us to make everything difficult for us. But we can't add on to it by making things difficult for us with us being difficult to each other. That's not helping. That's not helping at all. You go up and down my neighborhood right now, there's nothing black owned, man. The Arabians, they own everything on the street, all the way up and down the street. Clothing stores, gas station, liquor store, weave store, hair supply stores. And you name it, whatever you can name, the Arabians own it up and down the street. Every store. I went to a grocery store and saw an Arabian lady with 2 shopping carts full of Hot Pockets. Nothing in the shopping carts but Hot Pockets that she's about to buy 2 shopping carts full of Hot Pockets and take those back to the hood and put them in them corner stores and sell them for a higher price in the hood. And they run the neighborhood. They own the neighborhood. My city is right now owned and ran by the Arabians because we don't support each other. They know how to support each other. They got kids behind the counter working on the cash register that's like 10 years old. They shouldn't even be allowed to work. But the police don't come in there and bother them about it. They let them do it. And they just keep hiring their family members and building more money until they take over the entire city. But they can't do that out in the white neighborhoods. The white people is not going to allow them to do that. They're not going to let them take over their neighborhoods. You ain't going to see liquor stores on every other corner in a white neighborhood with a bunch of Arabs. That's not happening. That's not going to happen. They're not going to allow that. But we're the only race that allows everybody to come into our community and take it over. And we end up being buyers instead of suppliers. But we can supply other things to each other. We can supply hate, violence, and all of that other shit. But we can't supply things that's needed, things that's going to help families and help each other prosper. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I'm sick of it. It's aggravating. And it's frustrating. It's everything, I just had to get on here and talk about it because it's like, damn, man. When are we gonna ever wake up and become a community and get our shit together? I don't know what else to say, man. That shit is crazy, man. Yeah, man. It's like that's all you see up and down the street, man. Liquor stores. Liquor store. I mean, how many liquor stores do you need on one block? I swear every other block is a liquor store. A liquor store, a hair supply store, a gas station. That's all you see up and down the street. It's sad, man. And then they coming down the streets that the nice neighborhoods and they trying to buy all of the houses up right now. I don't know how many times they done came to my house and tried to make an offer to buy this house. They done bought the house next door. They done bought the house across the street. People selling their houses. They about to take over this entire, literally, they about to take over my entire city. And they doing what they supposed to be doing. You can't be mad at them. They're doing it the right way. They know how to work together as a culture and dominate and take over. But man, I'm not gonna keep talking about it. But I just felt like this needed to be talked about, man. We got to get our shit together, man. And I don't think we're gonna ever get our shit together. I really don't. We got too much hatred for each other to come together. It's gonna take something real crazy for us to come together, like a crazy just civil war or something, where we ain't got no choice but to band together. You know what I'm saying? And that's terrible for that to have to happen, for us to come together. It's fucked up. It's your boy G Money, man, aka the Echelon Don. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. Y'all be safe out there, man. God bless y'all. Please keep your head on the swivel because these motherfuckers out here is looking for violence, and it don't matter. It don't matter if you didn't do anything to them or not, man. People out here looking for violence, man. Keep one up top and stay on point, man. Y'all be safe out there. I'm out.